Hey guys, I was on vacation, so I haven't been uploading videos. While I was on vacation, though, I wrote down some notes for videos. So, I got about 8 pages worth. So I'll start now. This one's about land exploration in MMORPGs. Now, my biggest problem, first of all, exploration is one of my biggest goals. Whenever I'm in any new game, I mean, even not a MMORPG, you're exploring the map in the first-person shooter, or you're, learning the different units for a real-time strategy game, or you're learning the strategies of a strategy game, or you're learning the adventures of a adventure game. It's all part of your exploration of knowledge you don't have yet. And a lot of people I know in games stop playing because they managed to accomplish everything they wanted to do. There's nothing new to explore, nothing new to do. And I think that first starts with the land they have walking around is finite. I mean, you can say that you have a couple continents worth of land that you made, but when you can cross it in a few hours, it's really not that big, and it's not realistic to an actual continent either. If, when you say continent, we think of, actual continent. But really, they're just a couple, fairly good-sized islands that they have, and they keep adding them. But that is very important. And they limit, I'm looking at my notes, of course, they limit travel and all these things where they separate it into zones, and they try to make it look like it's big open space where you can explore wherever you want, but really you're just like confined to a little zone, and they either put water or mountains around it that for some reason you can't climb. And it's ridiculous. Why limit people like that? Allow them to climb. I knew a friend of mine that learned that trick where you walk along the map grid line and you're able to climb up mountains in World of Warcraft. People want to do that, and confining them is just unfair. I mean, why can't I climb that mountain? Come on. I can summon fire with my hands, but I can't figure out how to climb a mountain. It doesn't make sense. Or why, if I have water breathing, can I not walk along the bottom of the ocean, explore that, find, giant clam people or something? I mean, use your imagination. It could be anything. Giant pearl, a downed sea vessel with cool treasures and weapons that you have to explore to find. And that's the other thing. They put out they have these maps to help you, right? And the actual game, you explore, and when you get to an area, the map shows up, or you buy a map from town and then you can see everything. I guess that's okay, but I really start to think it's getting very specific. And what's really pisses me off is that you could go by the strategy guide, and they give in the strategy guide everywhere everything is. Oh, this monster pops up here. This is where I have to go to do this quest. This is, and it kind of ruins it, and it gives unfair advantages, and it kills exploration. I mean, they wouldn't have the quest problem if they wouldn't have set quests. They actually do the random quests, but telling where the monsters spawn, how often they spawn, or whatever, and there's secret treasure here, and this is an entrance to, that super secret cave. But, hell, you just get the strategy guide, or even go online to websites that fans or whatever put up, and that have the strategy guide, or just play the game enough, and there you have it. And since the world is so confined, it seems big, but when you look at how many people are in the game per server, that it's really becomes common knowledge where everything is, and it doesn't take long to figure it out. And if you can't figure it out, you just ask somebody real quick, and they're like, "Oh yeah, I've done that 4 times with 4 different characters. Sure, here's your answer." And that kills exploration. That kills the mystery. That's reading cliff notes to a book. If you really wanted to enjoy the book, you wouldn't be reading the cliff notes. Now, if you don't like the book and you don't want it, you're just getting past it, you'd be reading the cliff notes, and that's what the cliff notes were for. So you don't have to read the book you didn't like. But exploration is supposed to be part of the fun. I mean, if they're only looking at the strategy guide to get past it because it's so boring, then you're not even good at making your exploration fun for people. And that's step 1 of making a good game, getting people actually interested in playing out their character through the land. And really, there's no motivation because they know where to go and they know what to do. Now, what I want is less limitations on this travel. You have to allow them to climb that mountain, allow them to go over that ocean, allow them their own boat, or if you wanted flying machines, but that can get really iffy. And you need an infinite amount of space. And how do you make an infinite amount of space? Well, you could randomly generate things, or you can have your team of map makers keep making maps outside of where people have explored already. And I guarantee you they can make maps faster than people can go out and explore, especially if they get a head start before the game comes out. And I'm not talking about, they already do that, the expansion pack, they give you a new continent. Yeah, but that continent is explored like that. And, they explore it, it's done. They can't keep exploring, if they just make the maps and the things quicker, they can even develop random map makers. I mean, kind of similar to like in Diablo. In Diablo 2, if you ever played it, you'll know that each section is similar in ways, but it's randomly made each time you make a server and you go into the place, which kept it a lot more interesting and a lot less redundant. And you can apply that to a MMORPG. Sure, it wouldn't be super easy, but screw them. They're professional programmers, that are paid well, I hope, and they can do it. Trust me, it's not that hard. And what else do they have to do right now, huh? So, and it's just basically as you explore out, more and more of the map is made, and to slow people down, they can put up oceans. If they're exploring too fast, they can put up an ocean, so they have to travel across the sea to find the next piece of land. And I am also in favor of allowing everybody on one server. And if you have a big map, you can do that. You don't have to worry about overcrowding too much, especially if you start them in different places all over the world. I want it to be so big that I could, be playing for a long time on this game, and have a friend, and he lives in a place that I never even heard of, and I don't even know how to get there. But it can be fun exploring and trying to find the connections between places, and keep exploring out to places no one's ever been before. And I think you do that, and if nothing else was right, but you do that, it would be a fun game.